So I don't know if you know, but I love Disney. Like I love Disney. And yes, that is a Lego Disney train going around my castle. So as you can imagine, any excuse to talk about Disney on my channel, specifically if it's to do with being an inclusive environment for autistic people, I'm going to jump at the opportunity. And that's why I was overly excited when I was invited along to go and check out the West End performance of The Lion King surrounding their relaxed performance. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend the actual relaxed performance. However, I headed down a couple of weeks ago to have an explore of the show and the theatre to see how it can be inclusive for anyone. It's worth pointing out that I am a Disney theatrical veteran. I've actually seen 6 Disney shows. Yeah, I enjoyed doing that. Therefore, first of all, I've got a comparative point to be able to tell you this show is amazing. Well, to give you an idea of how much I love the show, this guy came home with me. In fact, I feel Baby Simba ought to stay with us for the rest of the video. Now, the show overall is the one that lends itself the most to being an inclusive environment. Now, I'm someone who really appreciates artistic choice, artistic direction, and The Lion King itself has got a very calm palette. It's full of greens and blues, like that transition. That means that overall, anyway, the show is feeling quite calm. Now, of course, it is important to know what the story of The Lion King does have some quite intense moments. What's really cool in the show, they're always indicated by more red and orange lights. We'll go back to the calmer side of things though, shan't we? Or I should just put my lighting back to normal. And these intense moments are exactly where you'd expect them to be if you are somebody who knows the film or the live action or whatever. I don't think you can spoil Lion King at this point, but be prepared. The stampede, including that bit, and then also kind of the final battle are the most intense parts of the shows. But they're very contained, those intense parts. And what I mean by intense, obviously there is an emotional height to what's going on because of the moments that are there, but also there's a higher sensory level going on. So maybe the lighting's a bit more intense, etc. All of which it's important to know is tamed in the relaxed performance. Now, another thing that matters to me as well in a theatre or in any busy public space, to be honest, I always like to know my get out route. Wherever I am, I like to be able to escape, or at least know where I can escape. And if I've got to the point where I need to escape, it's really useful to have known what to expect your escape route is beforehand. So luckily, as part of heading down to the theatre, I filmed some clips of what you would be seeing if you were leaving out the stall. So I put either side here, and then also the dress circle, which I'll put up here. And those are the views that you'll see. And for me, that visual preparation makes all the difference in that moment, because then suddenly I'm not just having to get out of somewhere, I'm just having to think about, I'm not having to take in new information at the same time. I know what to expect. Just on that point, and if you're wanting to leave the auditorium, it's important to know that The Lion King as a show is a little bit immersive at times, and this is only as well few very contained points, but without spoiling too much, again, the show's been running for like 25 years across the world. I don't think it's spoiling stuff. You have people walking through the audience or running through the audience at times, cast members, to get onto the stage. So just to take you through these points, during the Circle of Life, you have animals walking through. It's really cool. Then also during Be Prepared, there are hyenas that come through the audience. After the stampede, Simba runs off through the audience. And then the only other time is the opening number of Act 2, where you have some of the dancers come through the audience. They are very contained sections, so it's just worth noting that if you are feeling like you need to escape the auditorium, just try and wait until the end of one of those sections, and it will mean for an easier exit. And the theatre itself is really spacious, large, and beautiful. Quite simply, like just look at the entranceway. So this is what you'll see as soon as you walk in. You'll go in. There's some stairs, obviously, depending on where you sat. There'll be different directions, I must point out I got given some very nice seats. So thank you very much for that, Disney. And yeah, as I said, the show is an artistic masterpiece. It was everything I wanted it to be and more. And the show is very inclusive. It's Lion King. So the West End was the first relaxed performance, I believe, in ever of anything. And then also the tour that's currently going around the UK was the first tour to have a relaxed performance in each city. I feel the relaxed performance element of it, particularly for autistic people, having that entry point to theatre, that relaxed performances were my entry point. I wouldn't be able to go to the theatre without that. So The Lion King in itself is already a brilliant show for an entry level point for, like, you know, for a first experience for the theatre. A relaxed performance just ensures that you're going to have a really good entry point for theatre, as well as the sensory changes to the show to mute some of the heightened moments. There's also a few things like the bars are changed into chill out zones, where I'll insert a clip not from the Lyceum, but from another theatre that I've been at with a relaxed performance of the kind of transformations that you'll see, like often beanbags in the bars. But also there's generally a lot more staff around on hand to help. The house lights are left on, so again, to aid with if you would like to leave the auditorium at any point. One more thing I will include is that every actor I've ever spoken to that's been involved in relaxed performance, which, you know, after doing stuff with relaxed performances for about 5 years now, I've encountered a fair few, so I can say that this with all honesty, every single one has been fully up for creating environments that are more inclusive, and it helps knowing that the people on stage are as welcoming of it than off stage. So to finish off the video, let's just have a quick chat with Mark Roper, who plays Pumbaa in the show. Yes, Pumbaa. How cool. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to have a chat with him on Zoom.
Well, I love relaxed performances because being the father of an autistic child who was 15, I know that for some people, like pantomimes are for a lot of people, relaxed performances can be the first time that people feel comfortable in an auditorium watching a show, not feeling that they're going to disturb any other audience members, or they're not going to disrupt the show in any way. And it's where I know that I've been with my son, and he can be quite loud sometimes in an auditorium. And well, we just say, Samuel, can you keep quiet? You know, he can just be himself. And if he's had enough, he can just walk out, and no one is. You know, you feel relaxed, and that you feel no one's judging you. I mean, it's a beautiful show visually to watch, you know, and you were sort of saying that there is tragedy in it. I think some people also worried about the hyenas. Sometimes I think it's, you know, are the hyenas going to be too scary for people? But it's not got these. It's just a beautiful experience to watch. It really is. I mean, it appeals to. I just don't know. I don't think I've found anyone it doesn't appeal to. That's why it's got such great longevity, The Lion King, because I think they always say it appeals 8 to 88. You know, it's just appeals to everybody, and everybody can get something out of it. I mean, me as a father, you know, obviously I sort of my heart goes out to Simba in it, you know, and obviously with his father relationship and everything, and it is just a beautiful show to watch. And so I think especially children or adults with sensory sort of needs at times, I mean, it's just visually watch it is fantastic, and it does make you feel good when you're a performer up there, and you feel that there's some people who don't go to the theatre that much, and you hope they're getting something really exciting out of it. Of all the theatre things that I've done, I do feel it's like putting on a glove. It's so I do love changing into Pumbaa, and he has such a great. I mean, obviously big puppet, but also with the makeup that you were talking about earlier and the big wig. And when it all comes together, you do feel you're going through a change of a process into the character. Hey, Timon, get over here!
Wow. Wow.
It's good fun.
Just the Disney fanboy inside of me is just like. Thank you so much, Mark, for talking to me. As I say, lifelong Disney fan, so getting to hear your insight and of course about your experience with your son as well, just really makes for a wholesome experience. And is there anything you'd like to end it on?
Well, I'd just like to say, hey, come and see the relaxed performance of The Lion King, and don't forget your favorite character, Pumbaa. Hakuna Matata!
Thank you so much for watching this video. It does so much for me to know that the behind the scenes of this is as thought out as it is, and that assures me to make sure that I can have a comfortable experience. So I hope that has done the same for you. The Lion King's on tour around the UK at the moment, so there's a relaxed performance in each city. The West End relaxed performances are never too far away. Have a look on the Lion King website where you'll be able to find information about it and where it's playing. I also hope for my international viewers that there's not too long a wait for a relaxed performance where you are, because the Lion King does play all over the world. Also on the website you can find additional resources like a visual story. I'll quickly put that up now. This was, is normally tailored towards the relaxed performance, however I find it quite useful anyway. And as I say, this kind of stuff for me is what makes me enabled to go and do the things I want to do. So I think the only thing I can say with this video, firstly thank you, but also I hope that the stuff that I've shown you has helped you to be prepared. Right, bye.